2025 is a year savior for modern gaming. Apart from being full with lots and lots of good game releases, this year has become a one when we all can put our clown costumes down and finally say that our wait wasn't a copium.
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Starting with wonderful release of Hollow Knight Silksong, which I'm still playing by the way, where a few Australian dudes gave a burst to a game which broke Steam, Nintendo and PlayStation Store at the same time.
Shaw! Adina! Get good!
Followed by the state of play where Sony finally showed the long-awaited trailer for Wolverine. This game was announced like 4 fucking years ago alongside Spider-Man 2. Just think how much time has passed. The interest of many people burned out quickly after that sparkle was an announcement. And now, the prayers have been answered. Finally a trailer for that game. But during those 4 years, most people grew up with concern about this game. A concern that this character might not be represented properly.
Did you see how many times he stabbed someone straight into the brain and murdered them? No. That's not the character.
Don't worry, DSP. Logan just kindly treats these poor people heart problems, amputates their infected limbs, and fixes brain rot of your viewers apparently after watching your content. In all seriousness, this game trailer was just fantastic. Within a first minute they showing you Wolverine tearing apart some bad guys with blood splashing all over the screen. Then going to take a simple night drink at the bar and oh my god, he rides a motorcycle!
I'm gonna say it, but this is the MVP right here. MVP of the league. I'm gonna say it for.
The whole trailer is filled with lots of action scenes, bloody gruesome kills, and obviously they're just trying to sell people the game. And it's fucking working on me. I am perfectly aware that this game can turn out to be a piece of trash, but just telling from this trailer, it looks pretty amazing. Sadly, not everyone had such a huge blast with the trailer, and it's perfectly fine if certain people do not like or just not interested in Wolverine in general. But there are some takes that affected my brain so badly, leading me now wanting Logan to pierce my head because I wanna forget what I just heard. Marvel's Wolverine is confirmed woke slop. I suppose, stating such point, Renting for Vengeance has some valid and logical takes to prove it.
And I'm not gonna clickbait you or try to make you watch the entire video. I'm just gonna tell it to you straight. This game is confirmed as feminist garbage.
It's actually pretty funny that there were only an announcement trailer which showed almost nothing, and there is a new one where Logan just slices everyone up with some action scenes presented. But for this dude, it was already enough for the game to be confirmed, not like giving him a doubt, a concern, no, confirmed feminist garbage.
And that is one of the problems with this game. It just looks like God of War mixed with Arkham and Spider-Man.
Which is not a problem, because those are the great games and it would be cool for Wolverine to take the best from them and mix it.
Speaking of Spider-Man, that leads me into the main issue of this game. Now, I was positive for a bit. The game does look badass, but at the same time, why is the suit some tactical Christopher Nolan variation instead of the actual character's costume? Why does Logan look and sound nothing like his character?
Okay, for starters, suit looks fine. It obviously would not be completely like in the comics, but for the setting of the game they are showing, it looks okay. Keeping also some original color palette. Following, what do you mean he doesn't look like Logan? Taking a certain page from the comics where he will not be similar to a certain frame from the trailer is an amazing job, dude. I can do the same, but what troubles me more is how the hell else he's supposed to sound. Like, definitely not Hugh Jackman, because he stated in that video that he doesn't like Hugh's representation of the character.
When I say I'm a Wolverine fan, I'm not a fan of the Fox X-Men Hugh Jackman Wolverine. That is just not the character.
So whose voice should be here? Because dude, if you were reading comics and in your head using a certain voice for Wolverine, it doesn't mean it's a proper classic voice. Game has just a rough male voice. What else do you want?
But more importantly, this is Insomniac we're dealing with. The people who gave us Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2.
And what is wrong with that exactly? What's the point of showcasing that picture to your world that Spider-Man game has some issues that may infect a Wolverine game?
Come on, if you're racist and you know it, clap your hands.
But you know what? This is still not the best part. The next thing he's about to say, I will comment basically with my live reaction, because when I heard it, I immediately went to record my answer to this. Just listen.
I got Spider-Man 2 because I was a really big fan of Spider-Man at the time and wanted a good Spider-Man game that stayed faithful to the character. And I thought I was gonna get that, but what did I get instead? A big load of gay black people.
What the fuck did I just heard? Okay, this guy just said that he's a Marvel Spider-Man fan. Okay, no, he's Spider-Man fan. He's Spider-Man fan, and he was expecting Marvel Spider-Man 2 to be like a good representation of the character. But instead, he got a lot of gay black people. Oh, okay. First of all, who the fuck in Marvel Spider-Man 2 is black and gay? You know, just name is a character. Name is a character from Marvel Spider-Man 2 who is gay and black. Like, I don't remember any. Maybe he meant like two separate type of characters, like a lot of gay characters and a lot of black characters, which again he got instead of rightful representation of Spider-Man. Okay. Who the fuck in Marvel Spider-Man 2 is gay? Around main characters at least. But around main characters, who? Who is this character? Peter? No. Miles? No. MJ? No. Hey? No. Like, Craven? No. All of them are straight? Well, like, how could you even say that? Like, the only gay characters that you will meet in this game is just some random NPCs, which are not even in the main story. There's literally one side quest with like gay characters. And you can even skip it, you just can do not do it, you know? No one forces you. There's literally no one gay in the main story. Okay, no, there is, I guess Felicia is bisexual, sort of, as I remember, so, well, okay, there is one gay character, and that character appears for only one chapter, okay, and there is, black characters. There's like Miles, his uncle. I'm trying to remember someone who will appear in the main story. Maybe I forgot. I don't remember much, you know, because again he says that a lot of gay and black characters, or gay black characters, and now I'm literally remembering only one gay character and in the main story and some NPCs. And there's really few black characters. That's definitely a lot, my man. Definitely a lot. Like, this is what ruined Spider-Man 2 for sure. Like, just existence of some gay NPC, definitely. What's the problem with Spider-Man 2? It's like, it's so... Oh my god. Oh my god. How can he just say this so serious? I don't get it. Like, it's so just stupid. Like, oh my god. A lot of gay black characters. A lot. Peter is gay-black character, you know it? I didn't know, now I know. Like, maybe he meant Venom. Venom is black, and maybe he's gay. Maybe those 19 inches went somewhere interesting.
For the last time, Parker, our pronouns are they, them. Not because we are non-binary, but because we are literally two niggas.
I just don't know how to, like... Oh my god.
Hey, do you want to play as Miles Morales, the fake Spider-Man, going around at festivals with other people of color?
Tell you one thing you may not have thought of. You know one of the greatest things about Spider-Man's outfit, his costume?
What?
He is completely covered. So any kid could imagine he's Spider-Man because no color of the skin shows. He could be black under that, he could be red, he could be yellow, he could belong to any race. And that wasn't done purposely, it was done accidentally, but I think it was the best thing we did, making him so that he could be anybody under that costume.
Okay, this video is about Wolverine, so I'm not gonna waste my time talking about Spider-Man 2. This is a topic for a separate video. Just let's skip to his words about Logan.
All of the female characters are feminist bitches like Mary Jane Watson in Spider-Man 2. So how is that gonna mix? Wolverine, a character who is always dealing with femme fatales like a noir detective, is instead gonna get punched in the nuts by some bitch.
So because you, for stupid reasons, dislike Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Miles Morales, you think that Wolverine will have the same issues, even though the games have different writers, except this one guy. But hey, who cares? Insomniac added a few gay NPC to the Spider-Man game, and now as a result of this, Wolverine is gonna get punched in the balls by some female character. This is so fucking logical.
Instead gonna get punched in the nuts by some bitch. And you can already see some of this from the leaks. Now I probably have to watch my words here, or maybe I don't because nobody really gives a crap. But how do I say this without getting myself in trouble? Using the internet, let's just say I borrowed a little sneak peek of Wolverine a few months ago. I'm not lying, I managed to get it up and running, and I'll tell you the truth. This game is hiding something that it's not showing anybody in any of the trailers. You don't just play as Wolverine in this game, you also have to play as Jean Grey in these 4 sections that go on for way too long.
So for someone who doesn't know, he mentioned leaks which appeared after Insomniac Games suffered from a huge hacker attack, and lots of their projects were leaked into the internet, including lots of stuff about Wolverine. I get what he is trying to say here. Hearing about Insomniac Wolverine maybe will have a secondary female character obviously sends you back to the MJ missions from Spider-Man, which I agree was boring and bad as fuck. But again, not even the same directors are working on the game. The only thing that this comparison may justify is like concern, like maybe a possibility of it being true, but he was saying that Wolverine is confirmed woke slope. And comparing this to Spider-Man is not enough to have it confirmed.
Yeah, nobody's telling you that. And Jean Grey is not a feminist character, but knowing Insomniac, they're gonna make her insufferable. And also, the game is called Wolverine. Why am I playing as 2 different characters?
Well, yeah. This is a Wolverine game who is also a part of X-Men, and this is to be expected to be able to play as other X-Men like Jean Grey. Because, you know, when a game has a certain character in their name, that exact game may also contain some playable sections with other characters that are somehow connected to the main character. Your point would make at least some sense if we played instead of Jean Grey, I don't know, Black Widow or something, like a character who is not connected to Logan. But Jean Grey is connected to Logan, so it's okay if we play as her in games that called Wolverine.
Literally, right now, I'll tell you from first-hand experience, the Logan in this game is weak and gay and not at all masculine. You know, like the exact opposite of Logan.
Seriously? Like, I don't even know how to answer this. Why do you think Logan will be gay? Is the trailer showcasing any scene where Logan is interested in homosexual relationships? And even if we take in that logic about Insomniac making Spider-Man woke so Wolverine will be woke, it doesn't work here. Just all his reasoning is Marvel Spider-Man 2 had gay, therefore the main character of Wolverine will be gay and weak and not enough masculine. Insomniac didn't even make Peter Parker or Miles Morales gay, so your words about Logan being weak and gay are just random nonsense. And after all of that, he says...
game. But this game is 100% without a doubt political. And not even political, it's just shit.
Again, all his evidence to that is that Spider-Man 2 had gay NPC and black characters, therefore Wolverine is,
without a doubt, political.
even though, again, not even the exact same people are working on those games, because again, Insomniac has a lot of different workers. To be fair, this was my first time facing the channel, and I decided to watch more videos from it. Apparently because I have no respect for my brain and wanted to rot even more.
In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Jamie Foxx plays Electro, and no matter what way you look at it, this race swap cannot be justified. You could say Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bad, Tom Holland's movies ramped it up to 11, and from the first one, Homecoming, there's already 3 race swaps that I can name off the top of my head. With Peter's best friend, which instead of being Harry Osborn, is Ned Leeds. You know, like the hobgoblin guy, the white guy. He's not some big fat Samoan dude or whatever the hell. Then there's the Spider-Verse movies that I could do a full hour-long video on about how retarded they are. Miles Morales is not a good character. None of the films are good. Stop overrating them. That's all these people want to do. They want to make Spider-Man black. They want to make MJ some ugly, racially ambiguous person. I read this. It has some of the coolest and best fight scenes ever made. But other anime and manga try to do what this does, and in my opinion, sometimes it comes off as cringe. For example, I know I'm going to trigger a lot of people who were jumping onto this manga in the last few couple of months, but Berserk basically does the same thing, where it crosses the line and shows you the most disturbing things ever, and then the main character will usually get revenge. But in Devilman, it's really written in a way that you feel bad for Akira and the people around him. But in Berserk, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't made it to volume 3, I just find it kind of funny. You can call me tourist, you can call me whatever you want, but I don't hate Berserk or anything, but the choice to go from the Black Swordsman badass revenge character and randomly out of the blue pull it all the way back to the character's backstory, the biggest badass of all time, Guts. And I don't even know if I can say what his backstory is, but it gets to a level of darkness which I don't know if it's supposed to be dark comedy or not. Now, I'm not making light of any of the subject matter in Berserk. Characters who are very, very similar to Guts, characters like Kenshiro, Conan and Akira, don't really have backstories that includes some big brolic black dude. Yeah, I don't know when Kentaro made that choice to take this absolute badass with one eye and one arm and really break him down and make him into some guy who can burst out into tears at any moment and doesn't want to be touched by people, because something really insane happens in his backstory. Once again, I'm not making light of it or saying that it should be taken out of the manga or anything, because that's absolutely stupid. I'm just saying that it's a bit comical that Conan's backstory is everybody he ever knew gets taken away from him and all he trusts is steel. Guts is the exact same thing, but for some reason there's some over-the-top thing added in with some massive black dude sneaking into his room in the middle of the night. I don't know, maybe I'm being extremely ignorant, so all the Berserk fans out there, if you've made it this far in the video, comment and let me know if after volume 3 of the manga, from that point onwards, does Berserk ever get badass again, or am I just going to be subjected to scenes that you'd see in a Quentin Tarantino movie? Because Go Nagai does the exact same stuff and darker in Devilman and Violence Jack, except his hero does not cry about it. But
I guess there is no questions left. So after everything I have watched and seen, I can confidently say that Ranting for Vengeance Wolverine video and his entire channel is confirmed insecure slop. But the obviously insecure feminine boy wasn't the only one to be disappointed with the new trailer. Mr. Give Me Money aka DSP also gave his precious opinion on the Wolverine trailer. And listening to DSP after Ranting for Vengeance is like going from North Pole to South. Complete opposites.
Okay, later on, Professor X meets him And essentially what happens is Professor X helps him come to terms with this bestial nature that he has. Yes, he does get berserker rages, but he controls them. He uses them for benefit and for good rather than for mass slaughter. Like, the entire time that Wolverine was in comics, he wasn't just killing hundreds of people, okay? Literally, the opening scene they just showed is Wolverine, and it appears to be the modernized Wolverine. This isn't classic Wolverine. That's Wolverine in, like, his outfit when he used to live in Canada. And he just ripped a dude in half.
DSP talks like Wolverine just entered a random cafe and murdered tons of innocent people. But apparently the reason he rips that guy is because that guy was trying to kill him. And it's pretty standard for Wolverine to kill someone who tries to kill him.
That game is ultra-violent. Like, insanely ultra-violent. Like, that's wild, the amount of violence and gore in it. And obviously that's going to be rated mature. There's no way that's going to be a game for kids, but all the kids are going to want to play it, right? So what I'm wondering is, number one, did you see how many times he stabbed someone straight into the brain and murdered them? No, that's not the character. That when Wolverine is going on a berserker rage because either he's like about to die or something happened to a loved one, right? Near and dear to him, he'll kill like that. But that's not the standard character.
It's actually insane to hear complaints about Wolverine stabbing some bad guy in the head like it's not in the character. Man, I repeat, it's clearly in the trailers that these people were trying to kill Logan. He is not Batman, not Spider-Man. He doesn't have no kill rule. Also, obviously, he's in control of his rage and violence, therefore he doesn't use it on people who mean no harm to him. But if they mean harm to him or his loved ones, yes, he will kill.
But literally what they're showing you here, it looks like it's the standard gameplay is he just rips people apart. Brutally and gory, putting his claws through their brain and jaw and murder them. You rip the guy's body in half. Like, huh? And I'm not saying that Wolverine has to be non-violent, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying this doesn't seem representative of the character, that he's insanely gorily, brutally massacring people.
I'm curious how DSP expects Logan to fight then. Well, he has literal claws and it's his main weapon. So obviously he will use it, which will result in enemies having massive scratches and wounds, which leads to severe bleeding, which leads to death. And DSP expects Logan to do what? Attack all his enemies until they are down and then bandage them so they won't die of bleeding? Or he just doesn't use his claws, which will just ruin the whole point of playing as Wolverine? Oh wait, I know! DSP Malaki wants him to attack opponents with claws with no blood effects. Just HP bar slowly lowering down until the enemy just passes out. Which is exactly the opposite of what Wolverine fans have been asking for.
That's weird to me. Especially with the hit that they had with Spider-Man, right? You would think that they'd want to make another game that Spider-Man crowd would want to play. But now, by making it like this, they're completely isolating that audience. Like, they're not going to be able to play it because it's so gory and adult-oriented.
What, are you retarded?
Are you serious? People who played Spider-Man played it because they wanted to play as Spider-Man. They don't need Wolverine to be like Spider-Man, they will just play Spider-Man. What kind of retarded take is this anyway? Do you remember that Insomniac, before they made Spider-Man 2018, made Ratchet & Clank? And they obviously didn't make Spider-Man 2018 like Ratchet & Clank? They will make the games that the people who are interested in this character will play. They don't need to attract Spider-Man fanbase, they need to attract Wolverine fanbase, which again was heavily begging for a violent Wolverine game.
I don't know about the game yet. Like, I'm going to reserve my judgment until we learn more about it.
To be fair, you are much smarter than Ranting for Vengeance, who already confirmed everything about this game. At least you are gonna wait until the release before judging fully. But the whole problem of DSP, with the trailer for it just being too violent, is just insane. Come to think of it, putting Ranting of Vengeance and DSP into a Discord call to discuss this trailer will be more interesting than any political debate out here.
The entire
Logan
time
in this
that
game
Wolverine
is
was in
weak
comics, he
and
wasn't
gay
just
and not at
killing
all masculine. You know, like
hundreds
the
of
exact
people,
opposite
okay?
of Logan.
People of X have also some way interesting words about Wolverine. And apart from some obviously stupid comments, I found one guy whose account piqued my interest, not in a good way. The unhinged, emotional meltdown from all the Insomniac Wolverine fanboys is priceless. We are going to have a fun year. This is Wolverine for the modern Pedro Pascal audience, non-binary. Is this accurate? Wolverine. Soyerin. By these tweets, it may be pretty clear that this guy isn't satisfied with Insomniac upcoming Wolverine. However, before he posted a tweet saying this, Wolverine looks great so far. Hope it isn't filled with pride, flags and wokeness like Spider-Man 2. So what happened? What just in a few days changed this guy's opinion? Maybe there were some new leaks after the trailer which showcased some serious flaws about the game. No, it was just one tweet from Insomniac with 2 emojis. More likely, Insomniac message was for everyone who didn't like Mystique design, because later they made another similar message but with blue heart. I personally think that she looks kinda okay, not super pretty and not super ugly, but it's funny how George didn't even say anything about Mystique design when was commenting the trailer, but when Insomniac posted this, was so offended. This is hilarious. I left the post below open on my screen. My wife enters the office, sees this, jolts, and immediately says, "That Wolverine looks awful. Who did that?" Yeah, your wife calls Wolverine absolutely awful. While you seemed to like him when you first watched the trailer, huh? And just by scrolling this guy's account, it seems that everything that black, gay or women he calls woke. Like, I don't even wanna take him seriously. Ghost of Tsushima literally had a bisexual character who in her quest directly admitted to having a romance with another woman.
You betrayed me. Turned me away.
I saved you. My husband wanted you flogged. He knew.
Then you should have left with me.
I was the lady of Clan Adachi. And you were a thief. I want you to know, I'm not...
You don't owe me an explanation.
I cared for my husband. But I cared for Mai, too.
You still do?
I think I always will.
The man we hunt has feelings for you.
Other than my husband and Mai, I've had no romances, no admirers.
The logic of this guy is it has to be wokeness. But no, we are praising Tsushima now and hating Yotei. I'm pretty sure that George is either dumb or just does this all for likes and comments.
We haven't done anything. We're a totally peaceful racist group.
The Wolverine trailer picked up my interest in the game and I really wanna see more about it. 2026 looks so good for now. Resident Evil 9, which is my biggest game of the year, GTA 6 and now Wolverine. And there are plenty of other games that will come out too. 2025 was massive and 2026 is gonna be even more massive. But this is gonna be all for today's video. Don't forget that you're amazing, your life is amazing, enjoy video games and bye!